All right, Stan, we're back here at the Reticent Warrior Training Center inside of Top Shelf Ammo, and we're talking CQB. Been a lot of other versions put out before this one, so make sure you go back and check all those out to get us up to this point. So now we've talked about assessing the threshold, how to figure out which way the door opens, whether to address the door open or close, how we prioritize threats. We've talked about a lot of that stuff. Now I want to talk a little bit about footwork. Everybody knows how to walk, right? We walk heel to toe. This is how we walk. Our hips face the direction of travel. But so many times when we start teaching CQB, guys and girls, they get their feet mixed up. They start doing silly things, and they just set themselves up for a failure. They set themselves up where they have a little more difficulty doing the simple things because they're overwhelmed. The worst thing that can happen to an operator in CQB is get his brain overwhelmed with too many problems. You need to take off one little bite at a time, one little thing at a time, so we don't get overwhelmed. But let's talk about footwork. So if I'm gonna go in this room behind me, I'm training with my handy cert gun today. So if I'm gonna go in this room, before I go in, I don't just walk in. I've done all the threshold assessment. I've done a wide angle sweep. I've scanned this room. Now, because I'm doing solo CQB, which way do I go? It's the same amount of width to the right, the same amount of width to the left. So which way do I go? Doesn't matter. I need to pick one. Maybe I heard something. Maybe there's a driving force. Maybe there are sounds that are driving my force. If there's nothing, then it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go in this room, gonna go right, I'm gonna go left, and I gotta do a shoulder check as soon as I pop the corner. So there's a few ways we can do this. There's actually several techniques. We can quick peek the room to look, to check a corner. We can slice the pie before we try it, or we can just go into the room. Since we've done a wide angle sweep and we've seen 90% of this room already, we're gonna just go ahead and go in because we feel pretty confident that there's no one there, but just in case, we're gonna go in and we're gonna be prepared. One of the things about being an operator, or whether it's solo CQB or with a team, you gotta have the mindset. The mindset is that there is a threat around every corner and through every doorway. You've gotta be prepared. You don't wanna get surprised. You wanna be ready, so you're mentally ready, expecting it when you drive out and come around the corner and you see somebody that mentally you turned on, you're switched on, and you're ready to go. So we step up. If I'm just gonna drive straight into this room, which I'm not going to, but if we were gonna drive straight into this room, the first thing I need to do is I need to step center. So if I have gear on, I have equipment on, I don't want that to hang on the door. So I would step center as I step through the room. This time, because I've done a wide angle sweep, and we'll just pretend this real quick. We do it here, I did a wide angle sweep. And then I get to this side. Maybe now, because I've done this, I'm just gonna go ahead and go this way because of this deep corner I can't see. So when I step in, I want you to watch my feet. So it's important how I step through here. I wanna walk forward and keep my hips driving straight, so I'm gonna step forward with my right foot, step through with my left foot, and then I can already see, I can engage, but I'm gonna keep going and I just step right on through the door. And if I come back the same way, it's 1, 2, 3. That's a really good way to enter the room. The other thing that I have to do, once I've done that wide angle sweep, when I set my feet, I've looked, I'm gonna check that deep corner. I step with my right, step with my left. As I step into the room, as soon as I get here, I have to quickly do a shoulder check because I'm doing solo CQB, the most dangerous thing I can do, right? So I come in, I go here, this is cleared immediately. I shoulder check to make sure there's nothing in that other corner. Solo CQB, one of the most dangerous things you can do. But guess what? You wake up in the middle of the night, there's someone in your house, you hear screams, you hear your children screaming, you hear your wife screaming, somebody's in another room. There's a driving force. If there's a driving force, we gotta drive to that, and we gotta solve that problem as quickly and as safely as possible. So that's why we have to learn solo CQB. Check us out at reticentwarriortactics.com, and remember, be prepared for the fight always, and in always.